A routine campus event has erupted into a full-scale cultural and political showdown, placing Kenya Pleaser, a rising star from RuPaul's Drag Race, at the center of a national debate. What was meant to be a celebration of drag artistry at the University of South Carolina has instead become a lightning rod for criticism, political commentary, and fierce defense. At the heart of the controversy is the university's long-running, Birdcage, drag show, a student-organized event that has been held for decades. But in 2026, it found itself under intense scrutiny after being amplified online by Libs of TikTok and criticized publicly by Mace. The drag show that sparked a firestorm. The annual Birdcage show is not new. For over 25 years, it has served as a vibrant celebration of LGBTQ+ culture on campus. Organized by student groups, the event typically features performances from local drag artists alongside nationally recognized names. This year's headliner, Kenya Pleaser, brought added excitement. Known for her charisma, bold performances, and Southern roots, Kenya represents a new generation of drag entertainers making waves both on and off television. But what should have been a moment of celebration quickly turned controversial once promotional material for the show began circulating online. Social media ignites the debate. The situation escalated when Libs of TikTok shared details about the event with its large following. The account framed the show as inappropriate and questioned whether public funds were being used to support it. Within hours, the post gained traction, sparking outrage among conservative audiences and drawing the attention of national political figures. This pattern, where local LGBTQ+ events are thrust into the national spotlight through viral posts, has become increasingly common. But the scale of this reaction set this case apart. Mace steps in. Soon after, Mace publicly criticized the event, arguing that taxpayer dollars should not fund drag performances at public universities. Her comments added fuel to an already growing fire. As a sitting member of Congress, her involvement elevated the situation beyond campus debate into a broader political issue. Mace's stance aligns with a wider movement among some lawmakers who have sought to limit drag performances in public spaces, particularly those connected to educational institutions. Her remarks reflected ongoing concerns among conservative groups about what they view as inappropriate programming. However, critics of her position argue that such interventions risk infringing on free speech and artistic expression. The university pushes back. Caught in the middle of the controversy, the University of South Carolina issued a clear and firm response. The university clarified that the drag show is not funded by taxpayer money. It is organized by student groups using allocated funds. Students have the right to host events under First Amendment protections. This statement shifted the conversation in a significant way. What had been framed as a misuse of public funds was now revealed to be a matter of student autonomy and free expression. The university also emphasized its commitment to supporting a diverse range of student activities, noting that hundreds of events take place on campus each year, reflecting a wide spectrum of interests and viewpoints. Kenya Pleaser responds. Amid the growing storm, Kenya Pleaser addressed the controversy with a mix of humor and honesty. Her reaction highlighted the challenges of being a drag performer in the South, where acceptance can vary widely. But it also underscored her resilience and determination to continue performing despite the backlash. For Kenya, this moment is about more than just one show. It's about visibility, representation, and the right to exist authentically. As a Black queer artist, her presence on that stage carries deep significance, not only for herself but for the many students who see their own identities reflected in her performance. Support pours in. Following the backlash, members of the drag community quickly rallied around Kenya. Performers from RuPaul's Drag Race and beyond voiced their support, emphasizing the importance of standing together in the face of criticism. This solidarity speaks to the broader nature of drag as both an art form and a community. When one performer is targeted, others often step in to offer support, creating a united front. A larger cultural clash. The controversy surrounding Kenya Pleaser is not happening in isolation. It reflects a broader cultural divide that continues to shape public discourse in the United States. At its core, the debate touches on several key issues. Free speech versus political pressure. Should student groups have the right to host events without interference from politicians? LGBTQ+ visibility. What role do public institutions play in supporting or limiting representation? The power of social media. How do viral posts influence public opinion and policy? The role of universities. Are universities spaces for open expression, or should they impose stricter boundaries on programming? These questions don't have easy answers, but they are increasingly central to conversations across the country. The Deep South context. The fact that this controversy is unfolding in South Carolina adds another layer of complexity. The South has long been a region where cultural and political tensions around LGBTQ+ issues are particularly pronounced. For many, events like the Birdcage show represent progress and inclusion. For others, they are seen as controversial or even inappropriate. This divide makes the university's stance all the more significant. By defending the event, the University of South Carolina is effectively taking a position in a broader cultural debate. What happens next? As the date of the performance approaches, attention continues to build. Will protests emerge? Will attendance increase as a show of support? Or will the controversy overshadow the event itself? One thing is certain, the spotlight on Kenya Pleaser has never been brighter. Final thoughts. What began as a campus drag show has transformed into a national conversation about identity, expression, and power. At the center of it all is Kenya Pleaser, an artist whose performance now carries meaning far beyond the stage. With Nancy Mace and Libs of TikTok weighing in, and the University of South Carolina standing firm, this story has become a defining example of how culture, politics, and social media intersect in today's world. And as the debate continues, one question lingers. Is this just about a drag show, or is it about something much bigger?